thing blew up?
I mean, people always find a way to make a story out of things like that. I mean, when he asked me, he said Blazers in 6 or 7. I had two options, so I said Blazers in 6, but um, it was kind of taken a little bit more serious than it was. Obviously, I do feel like we could win the series, but I wasn't going out there making a guarantee or some kind of prediction. But most importantly, we coming out to win the series, and whether people are offended by that or not, that's not our problem. We worked hard to get here, and we're not gonna come in and just say, "Oh, we playing the best team," and it's not possible. We're gonna go out there and try to play. We feel we can beat them, and if we don't, we shouldn't even go out there and lace up our shoes.
Dame, what do you know about Yusuf's availability?
I don't know much at all. Leading up to the playoffs, I was asking a lot of questions and trying to get some info. But at this point, I just stopped asking. I think when we get on the floor, we see him out there doing a bunch of stuff, then I think we'll be able to get the idea. But I don't know anything.
So you guys didn't do anything yet?
We just watched a lot of film, went over some stuff on the floor, and that was it.
What would it mean to have Yusuf for the playoffs?
I mean, it would be huge. Obviously, we're a much better team with him, and that showed when we got him at the trade deadline. But since he's going down, a lot of guys have come in and kind of stepped up, and that allowed us to secure the playoff spot. So we got to trust what we have and allow him the time to do what he needs to do to be healthy enough to play. And then we'll go with what we got.
What has to go right for you guys to win this series?
I think we got to take care of the ball. A lot of times, when you turn over the ball and have extra guys crashing and not getting back, they get out in transition, they pass the ball around, they hit threes, the crowd get into it, then they become hard to guard. But on the defensive end, our communication has to be on point. We got to play physical, and we got to compete on that end, but also make them have to compete when they guard us. So I think how sharp we are defensively, and also when we get the ball, we got to attack them and make them guard as well.
What was your biggest takeaway from the playoff series you had last year?
That they're a really good team, and we had our opportunities. We lost 4-1, but we had a double-digit lead in 4 out of the 5 games, and sometimes we was one run away from winning all those games. So I mean, we know that we can compete with them. It's just a matter of us being able to sustain it and actually close out games. And obviously, it's a completely different year, but we feel like we're playing our best ball right now. Really confident right now, and we feel like we can get it done.
How do you feel about the underdog role?
I mean, it's natural habitat. So I mean, it feels like it's where I've always been, and I'm comfortable there, and I feel like our team's been there since we've been together, even last year, and once again this year. So coming into the playoffs, obviously, some teams have more expected of them than others, but we're all 0-0 now. So we got to go put our best foot forward and go out there and be ready for a fight.
Limiting their runs and then answering the runs when they do go on them. How big will that be, in this series? How much of a factor?
It'd be huge. Like I said, when we played them last year, we were up in a lot of those games, and that one run, took 3 wins away from us. That 19-1, 19-2, where they come down and bang, 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 and you're in trouble when they do that, and it's hard to handle. So the better we can respond to their runs or limit their runs, the better off we'll be.
Before the season, or early in the season, you said you thought they looked differently inside and that they weren't as protected with Bogut. What's your assessment now after seeing them play the season?
I think they're still a really good defensive team. With Draymond is a free safety out there. He's helping off the weak side, and he's a pretty good rim protector. Same thing with KD. I don't think KD gets enough credit for how well he protects the rim. He blocked a lot of shots, and he's been really good on the defensive end as well. And having guys like that and Draymond and being able to switch and do a lot of things that they've been able to do has made them be able to still be a good defensive team. But when I said that, it was just having a guy like Bogut out there who's defensive minded and a bigger guy and a rim protector and kind of embrace that role is different. But I think they're a good defensive team still. I think we'll be able to get our opportunities.
They're going to focus on you and CJ. How important will it be, to get other guys
I mean, we gotta. I think every night we've had teams focus on trying to take us out, and you know, it's not going to be any different now. We got to make sure that we play basketball the right way, but we got to be aggressive. We got to be in attack mode. That's what gives us our best chance when we're playing aggressive and when we're going after it. So that's what it's going to have to be.
A couple of times you have used the phrase "shock the world." Have you used that internally with your teammates and the coaching staff?
I mean, not really. It was just something I thought of because if we beat them, the world would be shocked, and that's just the best way to describe it. I mean, I saw something where we had like a 1% chance to win, or they gave us a 1% chance. So that means if we did, it would be shocking the world. So I mean, I'm not going around trying to make that the name of the series or nothing like that. But I mean, that's just what it would be.
Game one, obviously an early start time. Do you like that? Do you care either way?
I'm usually pretty anxious on game day. I like to just be able to get to the game, so I'm fine with it.
How big do you need Noah to step up this series, especially from there as an developer?
I think, you know, Noah's played great, you know, down the stretch in the last 15, 20 games of the season. And as long as he continues that, I think, you know, we should be fine and he should be fine. It's, you know, one thing you don't want to do with young guys that haven't played a whole lot, especially in the playoffs, is you don't want them to make them think that it's so much bigger than just a game of basketball. Obviously, much more is on the line with your season being on the line, but it's still a game of basketball. You still got to go out there and do the same things. So you don't want to make it seem like a bigger deal than it is, even though it's a bigger deal. You know what I mean?
Last year, you guys kind of used Mo a lot on Clay in the series. With KD now, does that change that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we are all going to have to guard everybody. You know, we're going to have to commit to that end of the floor. And I think we've done a good job. We've defended well over the past few weeks. And in this series, everybody's going to have their crack at everybody. And we gotta take the challenge.